And here she is. Welcome. It's good to see all of you here, and I'm so pleased you all have a chair to sit in. I think as the day goes on, they will fill up, so it's sort of like musical chairs. Get to your chair, save your chair, right? We used every single chair they have in this hotel. Isn't that amazing? All right, so welcome to our Diamond Express conference. We've got a lot going on. We're just going to get ready for Sarah Harnish as our very first speaker. Woo! We're going to take care of a little housekeeping first. And why is my clicker not working?
Is it on?
Is it on?
Where's your IT guys?
It's on.
That would be me if you have any issues.
Oh, did it just...
I'm not affiliated with the hotel.
All right, this is our schedule for the day. I actually had 800 of these printed up, and there was a name spelled wrong. So take a picture of it with your camera if you'd like to. This is the schedule today. We'll have Fearless with Young Living Oils with Sarah Harnish, Essential Oils Going Deeper with Jim Bob Hagerton, yay, and Sensational Animals, Nancy Weber. What a great morning lineup, right? Then in the afternoon, we have Winter Wellness with Dr. Jim Bob, 90-Day Reboot. Shannon Hudson will not be here, so Dr. Jim Bob will give us some extra, and then we're going to be having a special treat that is still a secret for you. Ooh, and then Marlene is going to talk about how she built a diamond just every day, and it will really encourage many of you along the way there. And then Sarah Harnish is going to close it out for the day with Strategy for Life. And then we're going to be blessed with all the diamonds coming up and doing a Q&A for you. Isn't that nice? In the meantime, we're going to be giving out prizes. You all have a white ticket for free product. We also have the Young Living Rally scheduled here, April 7th. Tickets are only $35. Early bird tickets, they're available. Raffle tickets are available. Lunch tickets are only $12, includes your drink and your tip. We only have an hour and 15 minutes for lunch, so I recommend you eat here and stay here for your lunchtime. A big thank you to all of my volunteers. Oh my goodness. First and foremost, Lucas Devon, where are you? Right there. Stand up and greet the crowd. Lucas, I met him at Publix about 7 years ago. He was 16 years old. He goes, "You smell really good." And I said, "Oh, it's essential oils." And he says, "Well, can I learn about it?" I said, "Sure." So he gave me his email. It took me 6 weeks to finally get a hold of him. Since then, he signed up under his mom. He has his own account now, obviously. But he lived in Venice, and he came to every class I ever had, supported me, carried my stuff. Every conference I've ever done, he's been here for me. Let's give him a round of applause. Thank you, Lucas. J.D. Rude, would you stand up? J.D. is our big AV IT guy, and he spent about 5 hours yesterday putting together all of the sound system because they have a dinosaur system here that you can't even hear, right? So thank you, J.D. Yes, anybody who lives in the area, he has a store called Scott's Computer World on 41. I strongly recommend and highly recommend you use him. He does an amazing job. Appreciate that. We have Danita. She did some of the decorating for us, and we appreciate her. Gloria Koss, Bill Koss, Cheryl Valdebenito, Donna Bath, Nicole Lopez, Jeff McCrocklin, Elaine, Mary No, Sherry Frady, Mary Beth Louie, Susie Steyer, Terry Ruhan, Charlie Warren, Paula Knudsen, and Marlene Wiegers. They are the true champions. Let's give them a hand. Ninja Red Shots, $3. They go to the Young Living Foundation. Let's see how much money we can raise for them. Right. There's your www.bigylrally.eventbrite for the rally. Go ahead and get your tickets as soon as possible. With the flu epidemic, I know we all have stronger immune systems, and we have our thieves oil, and we have all those kind of good things, right? But I do have hand sanitizer, the thieves hand sanitizer back there. Please use it. Please use it generously, right? Please use it. All right, thank you. Hotel Wi-Fi is all lowercase hospitality, not capital H. lowercase hospitality. And I have a little surprise for all of you. Since we have all diamonds speaking today who will all be compliant, right? You can all Facebook Live or record this if you want to. All right? Woohoo! So use your phones, Facebook Live it, notify your friends who couldn't be here, let them see what's going on, all right? All right. My vendors, I'd like all my vendors to come up really, really quick. Vendors, come. I want to recognize the vendors. How many of you have shopped already this morning?
A lot.
All right. Okay, you get 15 seconds to say what you do. Ready?
Hi, I'm Rexy. I'm from the Babe Cave, and I have a gemstone essential oil jewelry.
Woohoo!
Okay, all right, come on. Quick.
We love our
quick.
Rexy.
We're waiting for Sarah, so come on, guys.
Hi, I'm Beth Wardrum, and I have written Your Face Reveals Your Health along with Kristy's help. And a special $20, usually $27, so come and get them.
Great books. Amazing. You guys get that book. Lynn Glossy.
Lynn Glacé. I'm a licensed massage therapist, and I do vibrational raindrop and raindrop harmonics.
Yes, check her out. That'll make you feel good.
Good morning, my name is Michelle Weissman. I'm a manual therapist. I use essential oils in my practice. I've got a lot of specials today. I think the thing that most people are looking at is the cranial release with the essential oils. That's a special today for $20. Thank you.
Woohoo! All right.
Hi, I'm Paul with Essential Rex. My wife Irene. We have Dreams of Diamond pendants that you can put 1 drop, and I have a rack that you can put 190 oils in. So come and see me.
Thank you. All right, Susan?
Hey everybody, essential oils with yoga. So if you know of a yoga instructor or you use essential oils in your practice, I'm the gal to see.
Thank you.
Paula Knutson with the Frumple Factory and Boss Bags. We're taking orders.
Ooh, those are nice. Lots of oils in the bag.
Good morning, everybody. Susan Viteri here. I'm doing iTovi scans, special $10. It gets the results get emailed to you. Test your frequency.
All right.
Hi, everyone. Gina Stapleton. I'm here promoting iodine. Very important to detox your thyroid so the oils work effectively. Shooters. I have cute little glasses for your Ninja juice and water bottle covers for your Ninja water bottle cover.
Okay. Thank you. All right.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Valdivinito. I'm a Reiki master, and I do the oils with it. We are learning to do aroma freedom technique. Many of you have heard about that with Dr. Perkis. And if you want to know more, if you want to know more, we're having a certification class at the end of February. Come talk to me. Okay.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Derek Slack and my wife Kim back there. We are at the game plan table. We're here with this lovely lady over here, Sarah Harnish. And we ordered a boatload of product for you guys to buy here, and it's going to be stacked back up at the table because we're all praying that it actually shows up. It was due here Monday. We ordered 42 cases of product. We have 6. So what we're doing is anything you guys order, Sarah's going to pay freight on everything that you order, okay? No shipping on anything. I apologize for the commercial, but it's easier to get to all of you this way. But yes, it's listed as in transit, effective Monday, that we just had 4 days ago. So I'm leaving now to go to the post office to talk to the very lovely people down the street.
Good luck with that.
Somebody might die. I might be back later. I don't know. But anyway.
Okay. Woo! How many came to see Sarah? Woo! Stand up, please. Stand up. Come on. Sarah Harnish. Oh my goodness. Sarah retired from her full-time job as a radio anchor just 1 year after starting her Young Living business. A year later, she retired her husband, John, and they are raising their children together in upstate New York. Sarah regularly travels across the nation, I think she said 17 times in the last 6 months, sharing her passion for abundant health and financial freedom through Young Living essential oils. As a diamond in Young Living, her goal is to raise as many diamonds as possible. Give it up! I want to hear some noise!
Y'all want some free stuff? I always start every time I'm speaking, I always give away things for free, but the post office gave us pretty much nothing, so I'll just give what I have away, right? In my hand, I've got a script drive, so I started last week on Game Plan 2. I'm very excited about, and I'm going to give you some snippets of that this afternoon. You're the very first people that have heard it because I am writing it right now. So the next book that I'm going to come out with after Game Plan 2 is a book loaded with scripts, 3-page scripts on every single product on Young Living's site. This is the start of that book. So anybody want to win some of this? I have been known to hurt people. I clocked one lady right in the face with a book and broke the whole seam of the book. Woo! Sarah Rucker's also got some minis. She's got some CDs for purple bags. Sarah is an equal opportunity giver awarer, so she will go all the way to the last row and make sure nobody's left out. Yes, my personal assistant's name is Sarah. And we go to events wearing shirts that say, "I'm not the Sarah you're looking for." She's awesome. Can we give her a round of applause? She's incredible. All right, so what can you expect for this weekend? First off, thank you for the super warm invite and the warm temperatures in South Florida. It is 22 degrees at my house right now, and I love your state. Thank you, Jesus, for Florida. Thank you. It's amazing. We have just gotten such a warm welcome here, and we're so grateful. I don't take any speaking for granted. I'm so grateful to be here, and anybody who wants a book signed or a picture taken or anything, I will hang around all 2 days until every single one of you guys has a chance to get things signed for your leaders. We're here to serve you. So thank you for coming, and thank you for the invite. We appreciate it, and we love you guys. So what to expect for today? I'm speaking 3 times. This morning is on product education. So you guys know me as the Game Plan Girl and business training. We built to Diamond in 2.5 years with 5 children, special needs son, full-time job at 4 o'clock in the morning. Anchoring news was where I started my Young Living business, and you will get the whole story on that tomorrow afternoon. But before Game Plan, my team knows me as the aromatherapist. I've got certifications from 6 different schools in aromatherapy because I thought that's what you needed to do to build your business. I was wrong. That's why I wrote Game Plan, because I made all those mistakes in that book. But I've got a lot of aromatherapy knowledge, and I love to pass it along to people, especially people that are just starting. Who in here is brand new? Really, brand new to the oils? You just got your starter kit. It's okay. It's good. That's my favorite place to start because you got a clean slate and we can fill it with all sorts of good things. So whether you have been doing oils for 20 plus years or whether you just started and you're brand new, you're going to get something out of it this morning. And then as soon as I step off the stage, you got the powerhouse coming up, Jim Bob Haggerton. He's a really good friend of mine and a good man, just a really good man that loves the Lord. And so he'll be going even deeper on essential oil usage. But my goal this morning is to talk to the people that are at the very beginning, all right? And even those of you who've had it for a while, you'll learn some new tricks too. And then this afternoon, we're going to teach you some strategy for your business. Not a lot of lectures talk about strategy, and so we're going to strategize this afternoon. And then tomorrow we're going to close out, and I promise to make you cry. Crying's like my thing. We're going to close out with Game Plan tomorrow afternoon, and it will be very powerful. Very, very, so you really don't want to miss tomorrow afternoon. Okay? You ready for some Fearless? Yeah? So what I'm training on right now is a little book that I wrote. Little book, see? Itty bitty tiny book. Non-overwhelming little book. It is number 3 on Amazon this morning for aromatherapy. Praise the Lord. I want you to know I'm a homeschool mom, And I just write little books on my couch. Good on ya. Write little books on my couch, and then we upload them, and all of a sudden they go to #1 on the world's largest bookseller. So that's just the Lord. He's pretty amazing. But I wrote this because I was sitting in my living room one afternoon, and a Young Living Gold came over to my house. And I always ask people, because I'm curious, how did you build your business? How did you get to gold? Like, tell me your stories. I love to just sit there and be quiet and just absorb other people's knowledge and wisdom, because each one of you guys has unique gifts and talents and things that you're so good at, you know, and so we can all glean from each other and then become stronger because of other people's strengths around us. So if you're sitting with me in a room, I'm probably listening to you. I only talk this much when somebody puts a microphone and puts me in front of a whole bunch of people. But she was sitting on my couch, and I asked her how she built her business, and she said, well, she goes, I've actually only opened 3 bottles for my starter kit. I went, I said, you're part of a $1.5 billion essential oils company, and you haven't even opened Stress Away? What? What are you talking about? That's the most important oil in the whole kit. Dude, you got children. What are you doing? You know, but she didn't know how to use the oils. They were very foreign to her. And so she built her entire business on oil-infused products. She built it all on toothpaste and thieves cleaner and Savvy. And you can do it, obviously, because she's a gold in Young Living. But I couldn't sleep that night. I laid down. I was up the entire night tossing and turning and tossing and turning. And so many of you guys haven't heard the story of Game Plan, but I was frustrated trying to train my team because all the training materials were just in pieces all over the place. And I've been a news anchor, a radio network news anchor for 22 years in Chicago and in upstate New York. So my background is in news and radio news. And I'm used to compiling things. I go into the newsroom and I look out over the pool of resources and I put it in a very small space and I make it really easy on the ear. So I looked out over the pool of Young Living and I took over 1,800 questions and compiled them, 70 diamond interviews, compiled them into Game Plan so that you guys had all the training in one place. And I sat down and started writing that book at 10 in the morning and I finished at 2:30 in the morning. I remember my husband came out and he's like, what are you doing? So I'm writing a book. He's like, okay. He's like, you've never written a book in your life. I was like, I know. I'm writing a book. It's like, all right. And then like 2 in the afternoon, he's like, do the kids get any breakfast? Like, are you feeding them today? I was like, I don't know. I'm writing a book. He's like, what's your book about? I said, about a Young Living business. He's like, all right, I guess I'm feeding the kids. It's like 9 o'clock at night and one's passed out over there and one's over there. And he goes, are you putting them to bed? I know, you're writing a book. And so he put them all to bed, and finally, he's like, I'm going to bed. Like, I can't stay up. I go, no, I'm on the conclusion. He goes, you wrote the whole book in one day? I said, yeah. So when I had the idea for Fearless, I rolled over and I said, John, I'm going to write a book today. And he goes, okay, all right. And so he gets up, and he goes into the bathroom, and then he comes out, and then the house gets super quiet. And I walked out, and everybody was gone. The van was gone. He was gone for 10 hours. And then he came home, and I go, where were you all day? And he goes, well, I took the kids grocery shopping. I go, what? You took 5 kids grocery shopping? He's like, yeah, I know. He goes, I'm putting a movie in, I'm done. But so Fearless was also written in a day. And it's just my gift to you guys who are just getting started. And I mean, 80% of oiling is just getting the oils on your skin, just learning to play with them. So I'm going to give you some tips and tactics. This is the only Fearless book we have in the entire building right now for sale because our product hasn't shown up. But just like Derek said, if there's anything you want on the table, I will ship it to you for free. I'm so sorry about the post office. We've never had 36 out of 40 packages not show up before. That's the first time. But we will honor event pricing for anything on the table, and we will get it out to you this week. Okay, and I'm so sorry. And things that are not on the table, correct? Which is most of what we have. But we'll put this out there just so you guys can flip through it and see it. I'm really committed to making tools that are affordable, which is why we opened a whole publishing house in San Antonio so we could print things for $1 for you. Because I know what it's like to be a star and have a paycheck that's $80 a month and not be able to afford books that are $3 or $4 a piece you want to hand out. So, and then if you have not had a chance to look at the website, there's more free stuff on the website than the book. Like, I mean, it just is amazing. And we have an amazing design team that's done hundreds of hours of work of trying to make it simple for you to be able to share oils and to give them the next step in oiling. So Fearless is what I hand to every person that just got a starter kit, and it's designed to take the fear away from oiling. So what I found is most people, after this gold left my house, I decided to do some research. Every book that I write is very, very heavily researched. So we looked at over 1,000 people on our team that were zeros. We call them one-kit wonders. There's somebody that got the starter kit and then nothing, right? They've never ordered again. We called them, and they had already been called once about Essential Awards. So I called them again. They're like, hello? Some of these people have been like 10 months. I said, hey, I go, my name's Sarah, and I'm not calling to get you on Essential Awards. They're like, okay, what do you need? I'm like, just tell me why. You know, you're with the best company in the world with the most incredible products. Can you tell me why you're not oiling every single day, or at least using the infused products? Like, talk to me about it. And so we polled 1,000 people on our team, and I used that data to write Fearless. And what I found basically was that many of them weren't sure how to incorporate oils in. They just really didn't know what to do with it. Maybe they knew what to do with thieves or RC, but Copaiba, they couldn't even pronounce it. Like, they didn't even know what the heck that was, right? The literature was overwhelming, or it was contradictory. So the stuff, they would get online, they would Google things, and one thing would say one thing, and one thing would say something completely different. They were afraid of wasting the oil that they spent their check on. It was $160, and they didn't want to waste one drop unless they knew what to use it for. I'm seeing a lot of people shaking their heads in the audience. They were afraid that the oils weren't going to stack up to what they've been using for years. So many people I talk to, oh, bleach, it's my go-to. I'm like, oh, but your lungs. Those are kind of important, right? And they weren't, this is the biggest one. They were not ready to step out of habits they'd had for years. Oils were an afterthought. They weren't the first thought. They were the afterthought. It was after they'd already used all their regular stuff they used, and they went, oh, wait, I probably could have done this, right? That was 90% of the people that we asked. So, like, I just didn't think about it. You know, it's not the first thing. It's not or they were afraid that their sons were going to grow boobs, but that's a totally different category. That was only like 1% of the calls, right? So what I found is that there's this huge chasm between the mysterious amber bottles and a life filled from sun up to sundown with essential oils. Why so much excitement? Well, oils have the power to alter your life, right? I mean, truly. I know all your life you've heard, oh, this can change your life, but this actually does change your life. It takes away your fear of how you take care of your family, right? I mean, I can say in 3.5 years of oiling with my kids, I'm definitely not as afraid if they walk in the door with all sorts of things going on. And I have 4 sons, so all sorts of things go on in my house, right? They're a course correction. And they're not just weird bottles that only aromatherapists know how to use. They've been around for millennia. The reality, though, is that most of us fall between the crunchy enthusiast that sleeps on bamboo sheets and eats leaves and nothing else. Like we're like, oh, some of you are legit over here, and you have more knowledge than I do in this, right? And the fast food dining connoisseur who lives in a chemical cesspool. Like, we're right in the middle. Sometimes we are the fast food dining connoisseur who lives in the chemical cesspool. Depends on whether or not it's convention week or rally week and we got time to wash our clothing, right? We want to do better for our families, but it just seems like the information out there would take a lifetime to learn. I want you to know that I was where you are. I grew up on Pop-Tarts and Pine Sol. Like, that is my story. All right, that's my story. I had my very first migraine headache when I was 12 years old. Has anybody in here suffered from migraines? Wow, that's a lot of you. That's like 1 in 5 in the whole room. Goodness. My very first one was 12 years old, and they got worse and worse and worse through my teen years, and then as I was having children, they were debilitating. And so I started going to neurologists in my 20s, and I had been to 13 different neurologists in multiple states. I'd been on 16 families of migraine medicine, and every single month I would get it. It would follow my cycle. Hi, my name is Sarah, and you're going to hear a lot of gross things about me the next 2 days. I'm really sorry. I'm talking about blood right now. You forgive me? Okay, thank you. And you too. I'm sorry. And so they would follow my cycle, and at the heat of the migraines, I would be tremoring. I'd have diarrhea. I feel bad for the men in the room. It was bad. Like, it was bad. I'd be grabbing my knees and just shaking because the pain was so bad. And my face would droop on one side, and my right side would go numb, and I would drop anything that I picked up with my right side. And it was bad. It was really bad. After trying all those different families of medicines, they finally sent me up to a headache clinic, and I did 6 weeks of testing at a headache clinic, and they wanted to put me on 6 different medications. It was a steroid, an anti-inflammatory, a pain medication, something to stop the vomiting, and then 2 other medications to counteract the first 4 medications that I was going to be on every single 2 hours for the rest of my life. And the steroid alone had 2.5 pages of warnings on it. Like, it was bad. And most of them were heart-related, and I was born with a bad heart. So I've got one of my large valves backflows in my heart, and I've got a level 5 heart murmur. So I didn't want to put more stress on my heart. And I got home, and I just lined up all the medicine, and I didn't have a piece. I just didn't have a piece. I wouldn't say John and I are anti-pharmaceutical. We're really not. I mean, I believe if my kid is down for the count and it's a life or death situation, I would take him to the hospital. You know, if they broke their leg, or were like surfing or something and you know, fell and had, you know, leg damage. I don't know. I mean, like, if that were to happen to someone, I'm just saying if, you know, like, I mean, I know it's rare, but yeah. I mean, I would take them in, right, for a cast or a walker. Like, I would take them in for that.
Maybe.
I love Jimbo. We're not anti-pharmaceutical, but this was like, I mean, every 2 hours for the rest of my life on drugs that I knew were going to hurt my heart, right? And so I had to make a decision on what kind of a lifestyle I wanted. And I remember going home and I told my husband, I said, hey, I'm going to try to cure these migraines homeopathically. And he like spit his drink out of his mouth. He's like, you've had migraines since you were 12. And I got engaged to you when you were 16. He goes, this is all we've had our entire marriage. You're going to have a slice of lemon and you're going to cure your migraines? I said, no, it's going to be really aggressive, but I think I can do it through diet. And so I went on a diet called the GAPS diet, which is Gut and Psychology Syndrome. It's by a neurologist named Natasha Campbell McBride. She's cured over, at this point, well over 5,000 people of anything digestive and anything neurological by healing the gut. Her premise was the gut and the head are linked together. And if you heal the gut, you heal the head. Like serotonin, for example, regulates over 300 functions in the human body, 80-90% of it made in the gut, right? So if you got holes in your gut lining from the way that you eat, then you're going to have problems manufacturing the hormones. You're going to have all sorts of issues, food allergies, inflammation, unexplained pain, fibromyalgia, ADHD, all of that. All goes back to gut health. And so the first month I was on GAPS, no sugar, no gluten, no dairy. For anybody who's super masochistic, go for it. It was really hard. It's like the hardest thing I've done in my life. I had the drooping in my face, but I didn't have the pain. And it was the first time since I was 12 years old that I'd not had any pain. And the second month that I was on it, my face didn't look like this, which was really nice, by the way. Didn't look like this, and I didn't have any pain. And January 18th, which is what last week, I marked 6 years since my last migraine headache. Yeah. Cured completely with diet alone. And so when you're in a diet like that, where like the only flour you can have is almond flour or coconut flour, like you can't even have the gluten-free stuff, that's considered the junk food of the organic world, you know, then you learn to label read really good. Really, really good. So I started questioning things. I'm like, oh, wait a second. Like in my food, I'm not allowing this, or this, but after we eat, I'm washing my dishes with bright blue Dawn dish soap. Like, and I'm looking at the ingredients list on the back of the dish soap, and I'm like, there seems to be a double standard in my house, right? Or, you know, after my kids eat, I'm spraying my counters down with 409, and it says right on the back of it, poisonous, do not consume, not for human consumption. And then I dice strawberries on my butcher block 3 days later, and if you pick up the butcher block, it still smells like 409, right? And so that is what led me to essential oils. So I got invited to a class. I thought y'all were fruits. I didn't go. Totally blew it off. It was my naturopath doctor, and she was like 22 months pregnant. And so she said, she goes, if you don't come to my next class, I'm going to drive and get you, and that's putting your life in danger. So you probably, because I can't turn the steering wheel when I get behind, so you should just come. So I went. I was like 45 minutes late. I'm the person you didn't want in your class. I sit in the back. I'm talking through the whole class, right? And then I was like, these people are crazy. And I left, and I had no intention of getting the kit. But the Lord just kept putting people in my path over and over and over and over again. Like, y'all are everywhere. And I was sitting in the newsroom one day, and we got a press release from the Mayo Clinic that said that they had been using frankincense to shrink the size of something in their something patients. I'm staying compliant on stage. And had been having huge success with that. And so it got my attention, and I got the kit just to play with it. And in the first week, we saw over 80 things. So how do you play with your kit? That's how I'm going to train you this morning, is how you start playing with it. And I'm kind of psycho. Like, when I get excited about something, I don't stop, which is why my husband's like, no, don't get the kit. Don't do it. Stay away. So I'm going to shoot straight with you. There is a learning curve to oiling, but it's not because it's hard. It's because you have to untrain yourself from reaching for other options, right? You guys got that? It's not because it's hard. It's because you have to untrain yourself. So all the stuff you normally go grab, you got to stop doing that and reach for an oil instead. You got to untrain your connections to old smells and to things that you've used for years. My why is because I'm tired of what the industry tells me is safe. I'm tired of government approvals of products that should never be in anyone's home. I'm tired of wiping my counters down with bottles that say they're poisonous. I'm tired of smelling like toxic chemicals when I wash my hair, or smelling my friend's laundry soap on their clothes at work, or getting a headache when I walk by the cleaning aisle at Walmart. I'm tired of it. I'm done. And all that stuff is FDA approved. Let's talk stats for just a moment. First, I'm going to scare the tar out of you, and then I'm going to fix it. Fair enough? You're going to be scared? Okay. If you're not buying organic stuff, you will walk out of here going, oh my gosh. Okay? If you're the person that looks at the grapes and says, this is 30 cents cheaper, I'm going for the cheap ones, I'm speaking to you, which is probably almost everyone in the room, because I was that person. So I just want to show you why oils aren't a joke, and why you need to take this seriously, why you should not be timid talking to your friends and your family. The number 2 cause of death in the United States is cancer. 1,260 people a day die of cancer. There are 10,000 new cases a year. 1 in every 3 cases is linked to poor diet, physical inactivity, or chemical exposure. And here's the real humzinger stat. This comes from the American Cancer Society, so I'm always looking at the primary source and who's speaking. This is not a green group. This is the American Cancer Society. Like, they're watching all the research coming out of every single research lab around the world. And they say 90 to 95, this is right on their website right now. I double-checked the stat again last night. So if you want to go on and look at it, you can see it. It's right on their front page, right on the page. It says 90 to 95% of cancer cases are outside of our genes. They're not genetic. 90 to 95%, guys. That means it's what we're allowing into our houses. All right? It's environmental. The National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health studied 2,900 ingredients that had FDA approval and found 884 of them were toxic, and 314 caused biological mutations. 146 they knew caused cancer tumors, but they were still allowed in the United States. So what happens when your body is chemically overloaded? Could be cancer, might be lethargy, inability to focus, sleep trouble, chronic inflammation, pain, skin issues, adult acne, hormone imbalance, hot flashes, stress, anxiety, fear, depression. The biggest issue is that most of us do not link what's going on with our body to what's on the shelves of our house. All right? We don't make that connection. We just want a pill to fix it. I want you to watch this for 60 seconds.
You got the audio muted.
How to make tech guys run really fast 101.
Honey, I was watching the presentation screen and I saw the video. I was like, oh, I'm running.
It's okay. Can we give Lucas a round of applause? Because he's amazing. He's doing a great job.
Most of what is grown today is treated with pesticides. That's not so healthy for the environment, but does it really affect us? Meet the Palmberg family. They don't eat organic food.
Det kostar mer än vanlig mat. Det blir en stor skillnad när man är många i en familj.
But for the next 2 weeks, the Palmbergs are going to eat only organic. Before they begin, urine samples are taken from each of the family members. And it turns out they have a number of different pesticides inside their bodies.
Vi hittade framförallt insektsmedel, svampmedel och stråförkortningsmedel. Vi äter insektsmedel.
Ja, äckligt.
Ja.
So, everything in the kitchen is replaced, and they begin eating only organic. Then, another round of samples are taken, and now, almost all the pesticides have disappeared.
Vi vet ju väldigt lite om långtidseffekter av att äta mat som har besprutats. Speciellt med tanke på att studier har visat att kemikalier i kombination kan vara långt farligare än kemikalier var och en för sig.
När man får höra det här så tänker man framförallt på barnen. Det är många kemikalier som har lämnat deras kroppar och jag vill inte ha tillbaka dem med mina barn.
Incredible, huh? I look at that and I was like, all right, I'm going to go spend the 30 cents more for those grapes. I don't want that stuff in my kids' bodies. So are you ready for some content to get you from point A to point B? All right. I'm really big about giving you tools, not just giving you information and giving you science, but also giving you something tangibly that you can take home from here. And we got a lot of stuff that's free that you can take home from here that's just going to keep you on track and get you oiling every single day with purpose. All right, with purpose. So, label reading tips. I'm going to give you 8 different challenges. There's 16 total in Fearless. We end. That's a beautiful video. Oh, it's a lot of cheering. Check that out. I'm going to give you, there's 16 different challenges. 10 of them are in the Fearless book, and then 6 of them are online on our website on Fearless. And we've designed the entire website to help you and help guide you breaking out the kit. Even if you have had your kit for a while, but maybe there's a couple oils you haven't used very much of in your kit, this is really going to help you out. So first, we're going to give you some basic knowledge, and that's on label reading tips, all right? When I'm reading labels and I'm flipping things over in my home, there's 3 things that I look at first. Number 1, how many ingredients are in the label? Usually you can kind of eyeball it if you got 2 seconds, and if you see a list that's 1 line long or you see a list that's this big with hydrogenated everything in it, stay away from it, right? Number 2, can you pronounce it? You know, do you know what it is? And then number 3, if you got no idea what that ingredient is, just take it, put it in Google, and put the words dangers of in front of it. I want you to do it with your favorite spaghetti sauce. I want you to do it with the cleaning supplies you haven't swapped out yet, the shampoo that you will not get rid of, the makeup that you swear by that you've used for 20 years, even your makeup, right? You got to watch all of it. It's like, no, man, no makeup for me. All right, you got to watch all of it. So let me give you an example. This is a popular cough drops ingredients list. This is the #1 cough drop in the United States. Sugar, glucose syrup, glucose fructose syrup. What do we know about sugar? Feeds bad bacteria, right? Why are you sick? Bad bacteria. The first 3 ingredients are feeding the thing making you sick, right? So if you have to have your medicine, flip it over and look at the first couple ingredients. If there's sugar, I wouldn't touch it. Right? I wouldn't touch it. Water stabilizer, acids E270, E330, concentrated black currant juice, flavorings, acidity regulators, emulsifiers, soy lecithin, FD&C Blue 2, Red 40 flavors. All right, this is bad. There's at least 4 kinds of dye, artificial flavors that can hit your immune system, and that's just the start of it. Now, these are the ingredients in Thieves Cough Drops. Cinnamon bark oil, clove bud oil, eucalyptus radiata leaf oil, isomalt, lemon peel oil, pectin, peppermint aerial parts oil, rosemary leaf oil, stevia extract, and water. My analysis is oil, stevia, and water. Isomalt is a sugar alcohol that's natural and friendly to your teeth. There are literally no bad ingredients in the Thieves Cough Drops, so that's a better choice, right? Better choice. Put them side by side and look at it. I'm working on a Thieves book right now that'll be just like Fearless, a little $1 Thieves book, and it's like an eat this, not that kind of thing where we stack up the top laundry soap, the top without naming it, and look at the ingredients side by side so people can see this is not safe. It's not safe for you to be using for your families. So that simple step of reading labels will completely change how you look at everything in your house. Everything. All right? I've got a system in my home of how I cut toxic ingredients in my food, too, because that might be really overwhelming. Like, Sarah, this is an oils weekend. You're talking to me about my diet. What are you doing? I don't want to listen about my diet. But you know what? You cannot put an oil, you can't use an oil to Band-Aid a gut issue. All right? If you have many, many gut issues going on, you need to address that, because the oil is only going to provide temporary relief for you, because the root cause is still there, and that's lifestyle. And that's what Fearless is about, is lifestyle training. Okay? It's lifestyle training, because the two go hand in hand. So week 1, I cut all soy products. I don't do it all in one sitting. I just look at everything, whatever I'm buying. I buy my regular stuff, but I don't buy anything that has the word soy in it. Soy is an anti-nutrient. It's the #1 hormone disruptor in the world. All right? Number 2, I cut hydrogenated oils. Those cause cancer in the human body. Number 3, I cut dyes. Number 4, week 4, I cut preservatives. Week 5, I cut all nitrates from my meat. Week 6, I cut all processed and prepackaged food. Week 7, I cut all sugary drinks. Ouch, Sarah. Oh. Including coffee. Don't throw anything at me. Week 8, I cut all corn syrup. Week 9, I cut all genetically modified food. So if it doesn't have that little green non-GMO label on the front of it, I don't buy it. Week 10, if you really want to go in all out, I cut gluten. And then just see how you feel for 30 days. See how your body feels when you treat it like that, and you're paying attention to every single ingredient in your home. One of my frustrations with the medical system in this country is we're always fixing things after the fact. It's about the treating of disease. But what if we lived in a world where we didn't treat things, but we set the stage for our body to be strong enough to correct it on its own, right? What if medicine was about preventative maintenance instead? What if we flooded our systems with antioxidants and amino acids, Ningxia Red and Amino Wise, correctly sourced protein, pure protein complete, greens, multi-greens, enzymes that helps you absorb all the nutrients out of your food, right? Essential zyme, omega-3s and 6s, omega guys, probiotics, Life 9. You're getting sick because you get too much bad bacteria, so put more good stuff in there, right? Vitamins, master formula, so that our body could do its work more effectively. It's not always about what you're cutting out. It's also about putting good things in and building wellness one building block at a time. Fearless is a different type of book out there than anything out there right now, because it's not an encyclopedia of plant names and origins, hundreds of pages long, or a big old reference guide, or a flyer with uses of the starter kit, because 95% of the people that get their kit, they're not there yet. They're not at a point where they're looking things up. They wouldn't know how to do anything with the information if they did have it. And a flyer doesn't give them enough information to keep the kit out and start using it every single day. So it's a habit training book. It builds a bridge across the Grand Canyon of where you are and where they are when that kit first shows up on their door, all right? They don't know how to look things up because it's not their first thought. So the design of the book is to turn you from a non-oiler into an oiler, trying new things with purpose every single day. Young Living has changed my life, and it's because of the mindset. It's about a lifestyle and not one box of oil. You guys know this company's on the cutting edge of everything. Everything. Oil-infused everything, sourcing of oils, distilleries that are copied all over the world, FDA-approved products. All right, OTC products. We're talking pain cream, Coolazole pain cream, right? Thieves cough drops for coughs. I mean, that's unprecedented. That's never happened before. This company's right on the edge. It's amazing. So you got 2 good reasons to clean out the cabinets in your house. Number 1, the stuff in your home is toxic. And number 2, and you don't want to poison your family. And number 2, even the products you have in your home that are not oil infused aren't as efficient because your body is not even assimilating half of the product. Did you know Young Living supplements are infused with oils? Right? They're oil infused. Without oils, your body's absorption rate is less than half the supplement in 24 hours. So even if you have a supplement you're really tied to, with it, 64% in 30 minutes and 86% in 1 hour. That's why you should be using Young Living supplements, right? Yeah, it carries it to every cell in your body because it's riding on the back of those little tiny essential oil molecules. Why take a supplement if it's not even in your system, right? So let's dive into oiling. I got a little less than 10 minutes here, and strip your fear away. How often should you use oils? Every single day. Every single day, all right? Every day, as much as you can. The biggest mistake I see as an aromatherapist is that people are not using oils frequently enough. I love this quote from fellow aromatherapist Jen O'Sullivan. She says, they should be viewed as another wellness regimen upon which we embark. You don't brush your teeth or shower only when you feel like it. When you want results and you want overall wellness, you do something long-term and with deliberate dedication. I love the second quote from Jen. Do you have a fear of being injured? Today, there are hundreds of thousands of people, if not millions, using essential oils under their own supervision and without the knowledge or understanding of what or how they're using. However, these people using oils on a regular basis have one thing in common. There have been no major issues with people becoming sick or dying from their use. None. The alarmist mentality in the aromatherapy industry on the whole is unnecessary because people are using oils to raise their level of health, and they're doing it on their own. It seems as if the would-be aromatherapists of the world are not too happy, and why should they be? Their would-be clients are self-diagnosing and self-treating with much success. Bam. Right? Yep. One woman asked me on Facebook the other day if my hokey oils actually work. That was the word she used, was hokey. I was like, oh no, I'm a diamond in Young Living. I don't think so. I don't think they work, right? I told her Young Living is doing $1.5 billion in sales every single year and selling 50 to 100,000 starter kits every single month. That's from Direct Selling News. That means they're either duping a lot of people or the oils work, right? On our team, we have over 40% on essential awards. That's where they order what they want every single month. So 4 in 10 people on my team are reordering every month, and our team does $450,000 worth of sales every month. Just 3 years after I got my starter kit, something they're ordering must actually work because they keep coming back, right? They keep coming back. So there are 3 ways to use oils. And for those of you that have been oiling for a while, you know what they are, right? Aromatic, topical, internal. All right? German model, aromatic, topical, British model, and internal, French model. I had one woman doing a massage on me last week, and she said, yeah, I don't advocate for internal use. And I said, oh, you haven't been trained in French medicinal aromatherapy. And she's like, no, I just don't believe that it's pure. I was like, oh, like the French have been, taking it internally for hundreds of years. You don't believe in this. So you just haven't studied the French model, right? I go, I totally get that. You're really well versed and trained in the German and English models, but maybe you need some training in French aromatherapy. And she just looked at me and she's like, what's French aromatherapy? I go, I don't recommend the school you're going to. So let me point you in a direction of some books that I trust, right? You need the whole story. You're only getting 2/3 of aromatherapy. Don't you want the whole thing? Because I love the whole thing, right? I said, Young Living's oils are so pure that they use all 3 schools. All 3 schools, and they're the only company that I trust. So aromatic, I'm just going to give you a couple little bullet point tips, and if you want more, it's in this little $1 book, okay? Aromatic, open the cap, right? I mean, this is really advanced aromatherapy training today, right? Just open it up. I'm going to keep, you know how many people haven't even opened it? They haven't even opened the bottles. I lose sleep over this. All right, so the top notes in the oils move the fastest. They're the first out of the bottle. It's why an oil smells different if it's in the bottle versus in your hand versus in the diffuser, right? The diffuser keeps the molecules together. So if you want the benefits of the oil but you don't have time to diffuse, then drop a whole drop in your hand. That's better than just breathing it straight out of the bottle because you're just getting the top notes only, right? Hand cupping. Do not touch the plastic orifice inside the bottle. You're going to get your dead skin cells all over that little tiny plastic orifice, right? You don't want to do that. What I like to do is put 2 to 3 drops in my non-dominant hand, which would be my right hand because I am left-handed, and then rotate the oils with my fingers clockwise. Why? Your DNA is a double helix. And so if you get those molecules spinning before you get them on your body, it's going to spin right up that DNA. It's going to get absorbed into your cell tissue a little bit faster. Diffuser jewelry, it can last 4 to 8 hours on the right piece of jewelry. And the stuff that holds it the longest has a porous element to it. So either untreated wood, cork, felt, or lava stones are my favorite. 8 hours, you can smell it. It's amazing. Diffusers, let's break down what the diffuser does. Let me see my timer, I got 3 minutes. It releases ultrasonic frequency waves without synthetic fresheners. Dr. Andrew Sled, who's a pediatrician and he specializes in environmental toxicology, says it takes only 1 hour of burning a candle to produce the same effects as smoking a single cigarette. 1 hour. There's 9 pages on diffuser use in this little book, okay, and how to use it. One of my first ditches was all my candles and all my plugins and all my car fresheners because they are poison. They are poison for the human body. How much do you use the diffuser? Generally 6 to 8 drops of oil, but if you get a headache, just dilute it. Pour some out into a mason jar, put the lid on it, and add more water into it, right? It's not hard. And if you don't see any change, then you need more oil. Put extra oil in. Your body knows what it needs. So I make it a point to try new oil in my diffuser every single week. Every time that you put a new oil in your diffuser, write down what you did, even if you're mixing them, because you might have a new favorite. So challenge number 1 is try all 11 oils from your starter kit in your diffuser over the next 11 days. Just each day, try one that you've not put in your diffuser before. Totally dump it out. And then after that, I want you to mix them and match them until you find your favorite combos and write the recipes down. And we generated a calendar to help you complete the challenges. I'll show you a picture of it at the very end here in a second. You literally go to oilabilityteam.com, click on share, and there's a button for Fearless Tools. And there's a full calendar you can print for free. And it's 30 days, and you can check off every time you do one of the challenges. You can write down all your diffuser blends, all the ones that you come up with, all the bonus challenges. They're all in the same 30 days. So my challenge to you is fill the whole calendar out. See if you can do it. I'm like challenging all the red personalities in the room right now. You can do it. So topical tips. This is the next level of oiling. When and why to dilute. I'll shoot straight as an adult. I pretty much use my oils undiluted just about all the time. Just about all the time. The exception would be if I'm trying a new oil and I don't know how my body's going to respond, or if you're sick, your skin's a little more sensitive. Always with kids, I dilute, always. And if you're using a hot oil, if you're going to use oregano or peppermint or cinnamon, and be wise about it. But most of the oils that you use can go right on your hands, right on your feet, no problem. The rule of thumb is to always carry a carrier with you, because you don't know how your body's going to respond any given day. So challenge 2, the challenges in here are not like make a body butter. They're legit. All right, I want you to have tools that you're going to use, right? Not a bath salt sitting in your closet for 3 years. Like, I really want you to use it. So challenge number 2 is to get a roll-on and put carrier oil in it. V6 is a good place to start, right on the website. Put a carrier oil in it, and then put it in strategic places where you're going to use it. Put one in your purse, put one in your medicine cabinet, put one in the glove compartment of your car. So if you have any redness, you've always got something there that you can fall back on, okay? My favorite places to put oils on my body, my big toes, that's your brain, the nerve endings for your brain, on my chest, under my 3rd and 4th fingers, my sinuses, over my heart for anything emotional. I love it. Or forget the charts where you've got to use the glass rod for the emotional. It's like, oh no, I just hit the anger thing instead of the other. And now I'm going to be really angry all day, right? Just smear it, okay? Who cares? You'll hit everything, right? Put it on your feet. Get somebody to drop it down your spine. So challenge 3 is to put an oil tonight on a place in your body where you've never applied one. It might be on the inside of your ear or your big toe. Sucker your spouse into a stress away back massage. Hallelujah. But Sarah said, honey, that you have to give me a back rub tonight, right? She said so. All right. I'm not going to go through these last couple of oils because I really want to make sure we're honoring our clock here. But I do want to challenge you to double your oil collection. And for those of you who've been in for like 20 years, they're like, ruh-roh, I got a lot of oils. If you just got your starter kit, the way I doubled mine really fast was I got the Golden Touch kit the next month, right? It's like 3 oils short, of the full starter kit. Totally worth it. Totally worth it. Internal use we don't have a lot of time to get into because I want to make sure, but let me just wrap up here. How to keep learning. We hit on a lot in Fearless. It's just a lot of aromatherapy in a very small space, all right? And so you got a list of challenges to teach you on reaching for the oils first. Every time your hand goes to the cabinet for something you once used before, I want you to pause and ask yourself if there's an oil that you can use instead. I think the most important step in going toxin-free is being willing to keep learning and to look things up, right? Google is your friend. So whenever I got a question, I just type it into the Google search bar with Young Living, like Young Living Relaxation. And I get great ideas. I also love Life Science Publishing's desk reference. It's fantastic. PubMed.com is a fantastic research site for all of you research junkies out there, right? Learning to research is going to be one of your greatest tools in oiling. And training your teams to research means they're not texting you at 2 o'clock in the morning asking what to do for back pain, right? Because they know how to look things up. So what are the rules we went over? If you get a headache, take a short break. Go get some fresh air. If you have redness on the skin, use a carrier. If you don't notice a change from what you're doing, which is I see more often than anything else, maybe you haven't used enough oil, or swap it out for another oil. right? There's like 30 oils for pain, so swap it out, right? People often ask me for the exact amount of oils to use, but really it depends on your body chemistry and what you've been exposed to. One day, 1 drop of lemon in your diffuser may smell strong to you, and the next day, 5 drops is hardly enough. So you gotta go by what your body wants. It will tell you what it needs. It sounds strange, but it'll talk to you. So smell the oils and see what it's drawn to. So what do you do with all this information? Say start slow. Start small. Start with what you're most convicted on. Maybe it's your coffee in the morning, right? Maybe it's your diet. Maybe it's not using enough of the supplements. Maybe it's doubling your oils collection. Maybe it's just getting up in the morning, getting an oil in your feet. Like that's just for the next 30 days, I'm just going to get up, I'm going to get oil in my feet the first thing in the morning when I wake up and see how my day goes. I'm going to do 30 days of highest potential. Right? Or I'm too timid to talk to people. I'm going to do 30 days of Northern Lights black spruce on my feet.
Yeah, baby.
Bam. Right? See. Just put it on your body and see. Every day, I want you to have an oil on your skin. Okay? Every single day. Preferably an oil you don't normally put on your skin. But you try something totally different, right? Or you might hate it and you put it in your diffuser and you fall in love with it there. But something hits you in the gut or convicted you, and that's the place I want you to begin in. Maybe it's cutting ingredients out of your food, or laundry soap, right? Thieves Cleaner, $1.50 a bottle, super easy to use, right? Maybe you're convicted about the shampoo in your shower or your morning routine completely devoid of real nutrients to start your day. Here's the thing, there's no wrong way to start. You're not wrong if you try just one new thing, and you're not wrong if it takes you years to get some things out of your home, because it's not a race. But every choice you make is better than staying where you are. If I could slip into your home and just train you how to use that kit, I would say open the bottles. And if you're not sure how to use them, then open them and be brave and apply an oil before bed, put 3 on before your day tomorrow, carry them with you in your pocket and just see how you feel. Frequency is pretty amazing, right? Just keep them in your pocket. Keep a couple vitality oils at the dinner table and pass them throughout the entire meal. See if you can go through an entire dinner without the oil sitting on the table longer than 2 minutes. Just keep it rotating, right? Creatively make your own blends. You get better at using oils when you strategically place them around the house in spots where you would utilize them. 80% of oiling is just having oils in your path, right? I mean, literally. If you go on a walk and your feet are sore, put Panaway right by your shoes. And you pull your shoes off, you're like, oh wait, it's like right there. Put stress away in an orb diffuser and a bottle of water in your car. Yep. Like it's gonna take your kid's stress like from here to here. It's amazing. I put that and I turn it on and the van just is quiet. I'm like, yes, I love Young Living. It's awesome. So challenge number 8, last challenge. We've got 60 seconds and we'll wrap up here. That's a 3-cabinet challenge. It's the last challenge in the book. And I've given this challenge over 800 classes nationwide. I can even say internationally now. And now it's your turn. So I want you to pick 3 cabinets in your home. Grab your favorite products. These are items you've cleaned with for years, the soap you've used since you were a teenager, your favorite sauce in your pantry, or the favorite smell you burn or plug in day after day. Flip those things over, read the label, and if you don't know what it is, Google it, right? Some of the products will blow your mind. And then start small. Do what I call the simple swap. And we have these pages up on the website that you can download and print off for free. You can print them off and do them when you do mailings. This is the next one. These are the simple swap pages. We literally break it down by room. Laundry room, kitchen, cleaning, bathroom, baby, kids, beauty care. We give you the Young Living equivalent and the item number and the price right in the back of Fearless. So you can literally pick one room and focus on that, and then pick the next room and focus on that. And these sheets are in the back of Fearless, and they're also free on the website. The next thing I want to show you here is the actual website. If you go to oilabilityteam.com and click on Share, Fearless Tools and Resources, it's just loaded with supplies for you guys. There's a 4-page script. You can teach Fearless classes. There is simple swap pages. There's the calendar for you to print off, and it's all free. Okay? Totally free for you guys. Yeah. So it doesn't need to be an entire room at a time or even multiple products, but just pick what bothers you the most. Sign up for Central Rewards. Are you serious or not serious? All right? Do you want to live a chemical-free lifestyle, or do you not want to do it, right? Sign up for ER and commit to kicking the chemicals out of your house 1 month at a time. Use the simple swap sheets. This is just a fraction of the content in the book, but it's designed to get you moving. You can do this. We will make you fearless. Thank you, guys.